Hello, my name is Joe Mulcrone. I work for Applied Controls. I'm a sensor sales engineer for them. We're your local Cognex distributor or partner. A little background on Cognex. Cognex has been around for about 35 years. They're the worldwide leader in machine vision, and they recently implemented their 1 millionth system. So they've seen a lot of applications and solved a lot of applications. The reason I'm here today is to show you a demonstration of the Dataman 262X ID reader. Before I get started, actually, is there anyone that is not here that should be here? Okay, great. Okay, great. Because I have this great deal right now on this reader itself. It's called our lab kit deal. I'll leave this with you when I leave. For around $1,000, you can get one of these readers and all the accessories to test out different applications, different ID applications. So it's a really good deal. And I'll go into the details at the end. So a little background on the Dataman itself. It's an IP65 rated enclosure, so it's very rugged. I'll go ahead and pass one around. This one I'm passing around is actually in our 90-degree orientation, and the one I have up on the line is the straight inline orientation. So you can actually configure this. You can change the physical form factor. All you have to do is take out two screws, you unscrew it, you twist it, and then you can have it in a 90-degree formation, or form factor. So if you need to save a little room, or that helps you mounting the cables coming out, you can always change it. And you can also order it standard 90 degrees or straight in line by specifying the part number. So that's one great thing that sets us apart. Another is our ID algorithm. So for 1D codes, it is our hotbars algorithm. It's proprietary to us, as well as our 2D. So the 2D algorithm is called power bars, and I'll show you an example of that once we get into the software. You know, Cognex is pretty much a software company at its heart, so they pride themselves on the powerful algorithms, and I will show you just how powerful the 2D with Power Grid is. It can read very degraded codes. The last thing is the ease of use. So we have a physical button that you just hit the tune button, and it'll go ahead and autofocus and run through different lighting setups to give you the best tune right on the code. So you can do it right on the line with no software involved. Or you can go in the software and hit the tune button as well and really fine tune it. So, I'll go ahead and show you that as well. So let's go ahead and get into the software. So the item I passed around that was in the 90-degree setup was actually our Insight 2000 Vision sensor. Do you guys have any vision applications, present absence applications coming up? Oh, you do? Okay, great. Well, maybe we can sit down and talk about that after. This Insight 2000 is a very powerful little vision sensor. Alright, great. Great. Okay, so now that we're in the Dataman software, let me just give you a brief overview if you follow the clicker. So at the top of the screen, you can customize a bunch of different settings, from your imager settings to scripting to communication settings. So a lot of customization at the top. Right here on the left is your quick setup. So it's pretty much everything you need to set up your image and get it ready to start reading. So go in live mode, which I will do now to make sure the barcode is in the field of view. So right here, this blue rectangle is what your camera is seeing. So you can see it's not a good image right now because we haven't autofocused it or tuned it. Excuse me, but you can see it's in the field of view, so we'll leave that there. Over here are some different graphs where it will plot your read performance and your tuning results. So I'll point that out once we start tuning. Over here is your result history, so it'll give you the last barcode read and the result. If it was read or not read, it can give you the symbology. You can click here. Oh, I'm sorry. Click here for different customization. So you can add whatever. You can add the arrival time, decode time, trigger time, image name, and device name. So let's go ahead and hit the tune button and let it tune itself. So right now it's going through the focus. These green circles that you saw are where it is in tune the most or in focus the most, and you can see it pick that image where it was focused the best. So that actually looks like a really nice focus right there. And then next it's going to start running through different lighting setups. And you can hear it start beeping in the background, so it's already getting good reads with these reading setups. Over here, you can see where it's plotting the tuning results. It's testing all these different setups, and anything above this decoding threshold will give you a positive read, so it'll be a good read. So you can see the confidence in these reads are outstanding. So now that's done, you can see how good our image actually looks, and you can see that it's reading. So we'll go ahead and just trigger it right here, and you can see that's reading over here. So the result is 2D max with power codes, and that's simply what the barcode says. So, of course it's going to read the good code. Now let's go ahead and try to read some other codes. Just a brief background on codes if you're not familiar. To read a 2D code, it needs to have a finder pattern, a clocking pattern, and a quiet zone. That's what other readers need to be able to read the code. So let's go ahead and see if we can read these without this. We actually, on this business card that I just handed out, it has a code with a finder pattern damage, a clocking pattern damage, a quiet zone violation, and then even a damaged all. So we'll see if we can read that. So let's go ahead and cover everything up but the finder pattern damage. And then I will go ahead and trigger it. And you can see it reads it. So I'm actually going to turn it on. Excuse my hand. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on self-internal. So it's actually just going to keep reading, keep reading, keep reading. So let me go ahead and cover everything but the finder pattern. Reads it no problems. I'm going to cover everything but the clocking pattern. Again, reads it with no problems. I'm going to cover everything but the quiet zone violation. And you can see it's reading it with no problems. And now we're going to cover everything but the damaged all. So again, this has a missing finder pattern, clocking pattern damage, quiet zone violation, all of the above. And let's see if we can read it. And there it goes, reads it without a problem. So no other reader on the market would be able to do that. So I know what you're thinking. I brought this in myself. Maybe we just damaged it in a way where we could read it. So let me go ahead and stop this quick. Take it out of self-internal. I'm going to change it to just a manual, just for now. Okay, so we'll go back to live mode, and I'm actually going to retune this on a code that I printed out and just brought here today, just on a piece of paper. Okay, so you can see that. And let's go ahead. I'm actually going to reset my configuration just to show how easy it is. And I know I'm in the correct field of view, so I'm going to go ahead and hit tune again. And now, again, you can see it auto-focusing with those green circles. That's where it's the best in focus. And now it's going to start running through different light setups again. So here it goes. Okay. And you can see it's reading the code. I actually, when you reset the configuration, it turns the beeper off, and that's why you can't hear it. So right now it's running through the different lighting settings, exposure, gain, and picking the best read. So we'll wait for it to run through all of those, and then I'll go ahead and start damaging the code. So just running through a bunch of different ones, and it looks like it's done. So let's go ahead and put it back. Oops, sorry, not test. Put it back in. We'll do self-internal again. And let me go ahead and turn the beeping back on. System settings. And enable beep on a good read. And now you can hear it again. So let's go ahead and rip off a corner. Still reads it easy. That was too easy. Let's go ahead and rip off a little more. Put my finger away. Look at that. Still reading, no problem. Let's go ahead and rip off another corner. Still reading it. Look at that code. And even, I'll put, let's see. even with a little more interference from a screwdriver, it can still read it. So, has no problem reading that. Truly degraded code. So let me go ahead and take it out of that tune. Stop that. So that's what I had for the software, and now I will go over my recap. So that's what I had for you on the Dataman demo. So just to recap a few things that sets us apart from the competition. The one main, big thing is the algorithm. So that's how I was able to read that severely degraded, cut up code, damaged all code was our 2D algorithm featuring Power Grid. No one on the market has that, and if your code's already degraded for some reason, other readers won't be able to read it. We also have 1D algorithm called hotbars. I can show you guys if you're interested. So that those algorithms really set us apart. Another thing is the image max. So we can adapt to any flexibility, or we're flexible, so we can adapt to different applications and different environments because we can change the lenses and lighting. So that we're future-proofing your investment. So if anything changes, you don't have to buy a new reader. You can just buy new lighting or lensing. And the ease of use. So you saw me just hit the autofocus button or the tune button, and it went through the focus and the brightness and different lighting settings in about 30 seconds. So that it's very easy to use. So a few details on this lab kit. For $595, you get the Dataman 262 with power grids. You get a 6.2 millimeter liquid lens, and you get a red light. If you buy the lab accessory kit, so you can test out a bunch of different applications, you get the Image Max illumination kit, which is what I have on this today, which includes a 16 millimeter lens with a HPIL high-powered internal light or integrated light, and 16 millimeter liquid lens, like I said. You also get the power NIO Ethernet cables, and you get the pivot mounting bracket. So only one of these per customer. Is there any reason that this wouldn't solve any of your applications, or you wouldn't want to buy one of these lab kits to test out different applications today? All right, great. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you.